What's up guys, it's Brian here, and today I'm bringing you guys a little bit of a different video. So I was going through my old hard drive that has lots and lots of my old stuff on it, even from way before I started YouTube. I was making LEGO content just for myself. So what I want to go through today and show you guys some of my very first ever stop motion tests, as well as my first ever MOCs that I did way before I had a YouTube channel, back when YouTube was just a dream, and back when I had very little parts to make anything, really. And I want to also use this video as kind of a little bit of an inspiration, just to show you how far I've come, in a sense, because I know a lot of you, when you guys are watching my videos, and then I see a lot of comments saying, I wish I could build this kind of stuff, but I don't have a lot of parts to do it, so I can't build anything, or I don't know how to make stop motion, so I just wanted to, people want to know, how I got so good, and my answer is always practice. I do think I've gotten a lot better at stop motion over the years, and that is simply because of practice. So I want to show you some of my very first ever test runs of animations that I did. These were made back in, let's see, some of them were 2012. So these first couple I want to show you are a few basic tests that I did of special effects and sound effects in my videos. So these are a few clone troopers. Here's the first test I did, was a test of just a clone trooper shooting a blaster. And as you can see, I filmed that one just on a base plate on my bed. And you can see my feet in that, my hands in the shot as well. I edited that in Windows Movie Maker, I believe. And then here's another test of a clone trooper shooting a droid. This is a fun one. This is a bomb squad trooper with a flamethrower. And this one's just a speeder going by. So all of those tests were done in January of 2013, right before I actually started to try to make videos. That was actually probably a year before I started Watermelon Studios, was when I made all of those test videos. And then a couple of these tests are even older than I'm going to show you now. These are all from November of 2012. These were very quick little animations of mine, but and they're all soundless too. So the one I'm going to play over me right now is a Luke versus Darth Vader fight that has it's got some pretty cool little moves in there that Luke Skywalker does. Very short little animation though, as you can see. This next one I'm going to play over my voice is Obi-Wan destroying a clone trooper for no reason. He does a little flip at the beginning and then maims this clone trooper very badly. I did like about that one though. I liked the little flip that Obi-Wan did, and his couple little. He has some good moves in there, you know, for a first-time animator. I was able to pull off some pretty cool moves. Anyway, and then where's the other one? Okay, those are the only two major tests I did, and then. Back in 2014, actually just after I started YouTube, I tried doing a jump test where you have to erase the background. I'd probably be a lot smoother with this now, but this is playing over me as I'm talking right now. But the little stormtrooper kind of tries to jump over a brick and fails. But you can see all the eraser marks on the bottom of where he's jumping. So that did not come out very good. I did not do that at all later on. That was before I even filmed the first Dora Mantell video. I filmed that test video. So going back even further in my stop motion career, I started doing stop motions back when I was in about the 7th grade. I tried just animating with a couple figures here and there. I didn't make them do a lot of stuff. I didn't really even have good base plates to use. I didn't really have any parts whatsoever. But in my 7th grade class, we read this poem by Alfred Noyes called The Highwayman. And in class, we were trying to find a video version of it, and then we stumbled upon a Lego Highwayman. And I thought to myself, and I told my class, I was like, I can do better than this. I animate with Lego sometimes. I can try this out. So I actually made my own version of the Lego Highwayman. I'm not going to show this whole video. I'm not even going to show my voice in it because it's so bad. And it's me and my sister voicing characters. But it's playing a little bit over for you right now. The animation is bad, but this was my first, published stop motion that I ever did. Now, as far as the first stop motion I ever published on my channel, that's still there. It's called Lego Star Wars The Test Battle. I'm not going to play any clips here for you, but you guys can go check it out. It's pretty bad. I made it in approximately 8 hours. I added some special effects in there, some sound effects. It's pretty cool, but it's my first ever. It's the start of Watermelon Studios. I didn't even have my name Watermelon Studios back then. It just said O'Brien Production over it. So that was my first like published stop motion. And again, if you compare that to what I'm doing with Kenobi now, like 8 years later, 7 years later, it's a really big difference. And that's why I've literally 8 years of practice has gone into this. So like I started out with nothing as well. I started out not being able to do this. It just takes a lot of commitment and a lot of practice. So now, this is a pretty cool thing as well. I want to transfer into MOCs a little bit because I hear a lot of people say that they don't have enough parts to make MOCs. And I understand that. I was at that point too a while ago. But it doesn't mean that you can't try to make something really cool, especially if you're younger and especially if you want to get into MOC building. You just got to use what you have. If you have to tear apart sets that you have to make MOCs and you really want to try making them, that's something you should go for. This is my first ever MOC. I'm going to put this on the screen. I'm going to do a little slideshow of these pictures. This was my first ever MOC. I was so proud of this when I finished it. I created this. I'm going to try to get a day for you. Actually, no, I don't know the exact. Oh, it was December of 2012. So 8 years ago almost. And I used all the clone troopers I had. And I used a couple base plates, and I used a lot of parts from the Jabba's sail barge set. Some plates I just like stacked up and used as walls. I think they were TIE fighter wings. Some parts from old castle sets were in there. And if we zoom into some of the details, I had some computers over here, like torn out of old sets. Those were from like from the ARC 170s. I had some chairs. I don't even remember where those chairs were from, honestly. And then a few clone battle packs from back in the day. I had that was a turret from the Hoth battle. A custom minigun. This was a custom blaster rifle. Those rifles up there, those turrets are from the Bionicle sets. And then I customized some clone troopers to make some cool little commanders. And there's a watchtower. That platform is from an Aqua Raiders set that I had. It was a base that I did. That was the Aqua Raiders base set, rather. And let's see, a couple more computers here. And then there's General David, my first ever custom figure. I made him 10 years ago. Way before I started YouTube. I had totally different stories for him too, like completely unrelated to what I actually did with the Beta Squad story, but he was sitting there in his control center, and there's a gun rack, it's really, and there's the outside of it, it's really like nothing compared to some of the MOCs I've built these days. I have another MOC coming out later this week, by the way, that I kept secret from you guys, so that's going to be a fun one. Another picture of the outside, like I was so proud of this when I first finished it, because I used exactly what I had. And I was devoted to developing these skills of MOC building, and so you gotta keep going. And if you're really into this type of stuff, buy some pieces. I mean, on Bricklink, you can get some good pieces. You can get some more, like when the 501st Battle Pack comes out, get a few of them and build up a clone army, because we have that opportunity now. And you can also find like battle droids on Bricklink for not a lot at all. They go for like $1.50. You can get a whole bunch of them. So basically, the moral of this story, especially with this clone MOC, is we all start somewhere. And this is exactly where I started. I wanted to show this to you guys kind of as an inspiration. But actually, I have another MOC I want to show you real quick. This one's even cooler, I think. This is my Jabba's Palace MOC. Or it was really like Jabba's like throne room, kind of. You see some stairs leading up to Jabba, and he's got Princess Leia and C-3PO up there with some torches. And this has some cool details. There's more of an aerial view. There's a little party going on here on this platform. And there's Han and Carbonite is off to the left, but I will show you that in better detail in a minute, because that had a cool function. There's a dungeon below where Han, Chewie, and Luke are being kept. These pictures are terrible because they were taken on a really, really old camera, so I apologize for that. There's 2 droids guarding the door with the Gamorrean guard, with just some stairs going up. R2-D2 serving drinks to Greedo. There's a Gonk droid. There's some bounty hunters over there. Even Yoda. I guess Yoda's a bounty hunter now. Jabba with the torches. I really like this a lot. There's a singer. Oh, and the singer has a trap door that leads into the dungeon. And here's the cool function with the Han Solo piece. I had like 2 black, 1x2x5 bricks. And then around it was Han Solo on the other side, so you can turn it around and have Han Solo defreeze out of his carbonite. Jabba had a weapon stand back there for some reason, more bounty hunters. But that is my little Jabba's Palace MOC. So again, not very good for my current standards. I would never build this today and consider it to be passable. but you just gotta start somewhere, man. That's all I'm saying to you guys, is that if you want to get serious into MOC building, this is no reason to get discouraged. Just because you see people like me who are building more large MOCs, that doesn't mean that you should take that as something that you can't build anything just because you don't have the pieces, because everyone has to start at a place where you have nothing. So you just got to build with what you have. A couple other things that I built, I want to show you just a couple other pictures I found. This was a really cool Super Star Destroyer mini MOC. I took apart a couple sets to get these pieces. I forget exactly where they came from. I had a whole bunch of these modified plates, but this came out really neat. I wish I kept this one together because that was a really coul one. There's a little ATRT with a couple little pieces here and there. These were kind of neat. This is a vehicle with like missile turrets on the top. I took these in my bathroom because my bathroom has much better lighting. And again, this camera stunk that I was using. So there's that. And oh, there is General David. Back then he was Captain David. And let's see, I took this picture. I know you guys can see the picture on the screen. I took this in August 2010. So that's when General David was created, a very, very long time ago. And again, he was Captain David. He wasn't even General David back then. So, couple cool finds from my old hard drive. I think this was a cool little video to show you guys, just to, if you get discouraged about not being able to make huge MOCs or bases or anything, just work with what you've got. And if you're passionate enough and you really love what you're doing, you're going to keep collecting, and you're going to be able to build something big soon, and maybe you'll become one of the next, I don't know, MOC builders on YouTube, because we all start somewhere. And I'm excited because when I hit 30,000 subscribers, which hopefully could be pretty soon, I'm going to have another MOC contest. I'm excited to see what you guys build, no matter what it looks like, because I like seeing the stuff that you guys put out there. So this video went on for a lot longer than I expected. However, I think it was cool to show you guys all this stuff from my past and to give you a little bit of motivation to build some cool stuff. So that's going to just about do it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave me a comment down below and be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.